Hello, welcome to Math Companion. Now we have a trigonometric equation with some elements of indices that we are going to try and solve here. Now before we do this question, we need to remind ourselves about this key trigonometric formula. That's sine squared theta plus cos squared theta is equals to 1. So we can also write this one as cos squared theta is equals to 1 minus sine squared theta. This is very important for us. Okay, now starting to solve this, we are going to change the cosine that is given there to sine. Now the equation is going to look as 2 sine squared x plus 4 you multiply by 2. Now instead of cosine squared theta, we are going to replace it with 1 minus sine squared x, which is equals to 6. Now trying to simplify what we have here, we are actually going to get 2 sine squared x plus 4 times. Now 2 to power 1 is going to be 2 to power 1 times 2 to the power of negative sine squared x is equals to 6. Now the sign that we have here can actually be written as a fraction, because this is clearly a reciprocal. So we are going to write it as 1 over, so it's going to be 2 sine squared x plus 4 times 2. So actually 4 times 2, we can get the answer as 8. And then now divide by 2 sine squared x is equals to 6. Now we are going to make a substitution. We are going to say we are going to put 2 to the power of sine squared x to be equals to m. Okay. Now, therefore, in this case, we are writing this with m. We are going to have m plus 8 over m. 8 over m should be equals to 6. Now, getting rid of the denominator, times m times m times m throughout. Now, by multiplying by m throughout, we are going to get m squared. This and that cancels out, plus 8 is equals to 6m. Now, reorganizing this quadratic, we are actually going to get m squared minus 6m plus 8 is equals to 0. Now, this is a very simple quadratic equation, and we can simply solve this by factorization. So we need two numbers. When we add these two numbers, right, we are going to get negative 6. But when we multiply, so I'm writing negative 6 here, but when we multiply these two numbers, we are going to get 8. And now the two numbers are negative 2 and negative 4. And obviously m squared can be split as m and m. Now, rewriting this by joining the m and the number right across horizontally, it's going to be m minus 2, and for this one here, it's going to be m minus 4. So, which is equals to 0. And therefore, our answers are m minus 2 is equals to 0, and therefore m is equals to 2. And m minus 4 is equals to 0, and therefore m will be equals to 4. Now, our main interest is to find what is supposed to be 2 to the power of sine squared x. So 2 to the power of sine squared x should be equals to, sorry, let me write it properly, should be equals to 2, considering the first case whereby m is equals to 2. So 2 can be written as 2 to the power 1. And therefore, if we cancel out the bases, 2 and 2, therefore our sine squared x will be equals to 1. So sine x will be equals to plus or minus 1. I got it by simply looking for the square root on both sides. Okay, and in this case, therefore, x should be equals to the arcsine of 1 plus pi n plus pi n. Plus pi n. Now, which will finally be equal to the arcsine of 1, it is actually pi over 2, it's 90 degrees. So x will be equals to pi over 2 plus pi n. And the next answer is going to be, when it is negative 1, it's going to be negative pi over 2. So we can simply say it is plus or minus pi over 2. So that is the first solution for x, whereby n, it is all the integers. It refers to all the integers. Now, our next one is in case where m is 4. So we are going to also write this one as 2 sine squared x is equals to 2, sorry, is equals to 4. Is equals to 4. Okay, and therefore this means 2 sine squared x is equals to, oh sorry, apologies, 2 to the power of sine squared x is equals to 4, and 4 can be written as 2 squared because the bases are the same. Therefore our sine squared x will be equal to 2. And this one, therefore, we are going to conclude and say sine x is equals to plus or minus the square root of 2. But this is not possible because when you look for the square root of 2, it's going to be 1.41. It's a rational number. And in this case, the range for sine x should be between -1 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 1. So the answer for this, it's way beyond the required range, and therefore the only solution that makes sense in this case, it's when x is equals to plus or minus pi over 2 plus pi n, depending on the number of period, whereby n is all the integers. All right, thank you so much for watching. I invite you please to subscribe and click the notification so that you continue getting updates about the very, very interesting mathematics questions that we post. I promise by working together, mathematics will be one of the most interesting subjects that you will always want to work on. Thank you. Enjoy.